Classic mysteries, aliens, comedy legends, and a detective series unseen for decades. There's the kind of variety you won't find anywhere else on television. I'm Noel Cronin, and you'll find all these coming your way on Talking Pictures TV. Let me tell you more as I pick my highlights from the next 2 weeks. Come with me to the fog-filled streets of Victorian London as we accompany Sergeant Cork and his sleuthing sidekick, Bob Marriott, on their hunt for the city's criminals. First broadcast in 1963, it stars John Barry in the title role and our good friend William Gaunt as Bob. Most excitingly, William will be providing an exclusive introduction to each episode, taking us behind the scenes and recalling his time on the series. Sergeant Cork was the first series to focus on the work of the Victorian police force, and there's lots of fantastic period detail. There are some great guest stars too, including Carmen Silvera, Cecily Courtledge, John Junkin and Derek Francis. Catch him before then in Sergeant Cork, your new must-watch series.
It's true! She told you the truth. It was an animal. It made me sick to see the way he mauled her.
He's the one. He did it. He's the one.
From London's past, we turn our attention very much to the future with two classic science fiction films from 1959. A maverick pilot is the first man into space, but when he returns from his pioneering voyage, strange and horrifying things begin to happen. This US-British co-production also features a few faces familiar from British film and TV, including Roger Delgado, best known as the Master in Doctor Who. Fans of vintage planes, cars and rockets will find much to love in The First Man into Space. We dive beneath the ocean now with the atomic submarine. We've all heard of UFOs, but have you heard of USOs, unidentified submerged objects? There's an alien invader attacking the world shipping from below. A nuclear sub is sent to investigate, and what it finds is terrifying. In this sci-fi, with a difference, they take the lead and we hope save the world.
Course and speed.
Speed about 22 knots. Course due north.
Directly toward the pole.
Blind Corner, made in 1965, is the kind of British thriller I truly love. Barbara Shelley plays the wife of blind composer William Sylvester, and she has murder on her mind. Enter her lover, played by Alexandra Davion. Yes, that's DCI Keen from Gideon's Way. There are also some twists and turns in this great film before the real treachery is revealed. So don't miss even a minute of Blind Corner.
Yes, a lot. How's the portrait going?
I don't know. He won't let me see it.
Sounds like a jealous artist.
Something like that.
Do you have to go tomorrow?
I promised I would, Paul. He's anxious to finish it.
I'll be glad when the damn thing is finished.
Sounds like the jealous composer now.
Time for some laughs with the 1977's Adventures of a Private Eye. Christopher Neal stars as a detective's assistant who decides to solve a case by himself when his boss is on holiday. There's a standout performance from Adrian Poster as a kind of Liza Minnelli character. You don't want to miss that, so tune in for an adventure of a private eye.
I still say you're trying to run before you walk, like you always do. That bicycle bump must have been painful.
Like me, Bill Silver is a big fan of classic series Batman. He tells us some of the major stars who yearn to be special guest villains. Seeing Shelley Winters in Batman recently, I recall the show was so popular that many stars wrote to producer Howie Horvitz begging to be in it and menaced the dynamic duo. Stars like Betty Davis and James Mason. They never made the cut, unlike Van Johnson, Roddy McDowall, Tula Banquet and Vincent Price, who all got to join the Rogues Gallery. Well, that's quite a cast, isn't it, that didn't make it. I suppose It was iconic, the Batman, for its time, the colouring, the type of filming, the rather camp that proved so popular. So I hope you're all still enjoying Batman. Time now to welcome my friend and fellow footage detective Mike Reed, star of A Good Read. In this series, Mike reads us some of the all-time classic tales. This time, he tackles Sherlock Holmes' story, A Scandal in Bohemia. Let Mike tell you what happens when the great detective is hired by the King of Bohemia himself. You'll enjoy Mike telling this story, and it's a great time for a cup of tea and a biscuit. And if you close your eyes, I won't tell Mike.
I was just balancing whether I should run for it or whether I should perch behind her landau when a cab came through the street. The driver looked twice at such a shabby fare, but I jumped in before he could object.
My final choice today is a true British classic. The first of the few was directed by Leslie Howard, who also stars as R.J. Mitchell, designer of the Spitfire aircraft. Released when the war was at its height, the first of the few was both propaganda and great entertainment. Made by a filmmaker at the height of his powers, Howard would sadly die a year later after its release. He's wonderful as the driven Mitchell, determined to build the best fighter plane in the world. David Niven co-stars as his heroic pilot friend. And of course, there's a great action sequences. The first of the few is a superb testament to British grit and a truly unmissable film.
Build a plane, a fighter, to be ready when it's needed. I want to design one on the same lines as my Schneider planes. Only, of course, a land plane. And for that, I shall need a new engine.
Why, when people want a special engine, they always come to me?
Well, I suppose that's one of the penalties of being called a Royce.
From Victorian London to Battle of Britain to underwater aliens, as promised, there's something for all tastes coming up in the next fortnight. Maybe you'll discover something you've never thought of watching. Don't forget, we broadcast 24 hours a day, 7 days a week, so there's always plenty to discover on Talking Pictures TV. If you'd like to write to me, you can get in touch via email at noel@talkingpicturestv.co.uk. If you prefer to put pen to paper, the address to write to is Talking Pictures TV, P.O. Box 592, Kings Langley, Hertfordshire, WD4 4DB. I'll be back soon with some more hand-picked classic films and series for you, so please stay tuned.